Welcome to Soda City Unleashed, where we decode pet health with some of the best vets and veterinary experts in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm your host, Emily White, and today, super excited to have Dr. Cheryl Sine from Shandonwood Animal Clinic here with us. Dr. Sine, so good to see you.
Hello.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am originally from Charleston.
Awesome.
And went to school at the College of Charleston, then went to University of Georgia for vet med.
Okay.
Graduated a very long time ago, 2003, before many of my coworkers were born.
Lovely.
And then went and did an internship in Atlanta for a year. Started working in Atlanta for about 8 years.
Wow.
And then moved to Columbia. And I've been at Shandonwood for, I want to say, 16 years now.
Okay.
Yes.
So Atlanta versus Columbia. You slowed down a little bit.
Big
Is that
change,
right?
yes. I love when people talk about the traffic here, and I'm like, is there traffic?
Traffic? Excuse me, where?
Not really. Yeah.
I had my little brother is 17, and when he was just learning to drive, we went to Atlanta for a concert together, and I made him drive into Atlanta. I was like, "This is your real test right here.
There you go.
This is what we're doing."
Did he pass?
Yes,
so.
he
You're
did good.
here.
He was white knuckled, but it was fine. It was
Seems
fine.
like mean big sister. But okay.
You got to do what you got to do. Well, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
For people who don't know, CVETS partners very closely with primary care physicians all over Columbia, the Midlands. You guys are essentially our team. Like we work with you every day. You were just talking about how you talk with some of our doctors very frequently and refer cases over to us and whatnot. So super excited to have you on here and chat with us.
Excited to be here.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to become a veterinarian.
So it's an interesting story. I did not grow up with pets of any kind. My entire family is allergic to dogs and cats. So I spent a lot of my childhood at my friends' houses playing with their pets. And I just love problem solving, science and math. And then, of course, much like many other vets, reading some James Herriot, got into it and just knew that was sort of what they say my calling. That is my calling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool. You kind of have to have a calling in this industry.
You do.
What made you choose to do primary care for animals?
So I did work when I did my internship. You do a rotating internship going through all the different fields, see what you like, including emergency medicine. And I enjoy emergency medicine, neuro, different things. But I wanted to do where I could get to know both the patients and their families from beginning to end.
Absolutely.
So it's really a special bond when you get to meet them at the beginning and go through all their life stages with them. And that's just not something you can do in specialty medicine as much.
Right. So you get to see like puppies come in and then
follow them through their whole life, which is pros and cons because that's part of the great part about veterinary medicine, but it also is emotionally, you get very bonded with them. And so as they go through their illnesses and things, you are also emotionally invested at those stages.
You probably really get to see the clients grow too, right?
Yes. It's interesting. I've met many children and now they're off in college and I have not aged a day.
Not a day.
And so it's weird to see that they're in college now.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. Can you walk us through what a typical day looks like in your world?
Sure. There is no typical day. In veterinary medicine, you just never know. You're going to go in and have your regular appointment scheduled, but any number of things can come in. You can have, something come in with just a regular ear infection all the way up to an emergency, hit by car, big dog, little dog fight, all kinds of things. And that's part of what makes it so exciting is you just don't know what you're going to come into. So you
could have like certain scheduled people come in and you're seeing those pets, but then in between those, you're also all over
in between
the place.
it, something might come in, and fortunately, our clients are great about understanding that there's an emergency, and we might have to wait a minute just to get that animal stabilized. So that's
Absolutely. Good. So, are there any unexpected challenges? And you kind of touched on this, but challenges or like joys that come with being a primary veterinarian?
I would say that the challenges and the joys are the same, in that we get to know everybody and their patients and their pets. And then, so the joys, I get to experience all of their happy moments, but the challenges would be being so emotionally invested that it day after day can get to you a little bit as a primary care veterinarian when you're having a lot of sad things happen.
Sure. On that note, what is something you do to balance that, both for you and then for your the pets that come in and their owners? How do you balance those feelings?
So with us, just trying to remember the good times, of course, and being there and knowing that we can provide in a worst case scenario, if we're having a euthanasia or a talk like that, or we can make it comfortable for the animal in that situation and know that we're doing the right thing. We've done what we can for them. And, it helps that we have clinic pets around too, that we can, if we need a little snuggle time in the back, we can go do that.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. That pet love is unmatched.
It really is. They provide so much to us for so little.
How many animals do you guys have around the clinic?
Right now, we only have one specific clinic cat, and then we have a couple that are living with us because they need to find homes.
Right.
So, and we just rehomed a big pit bull, sort of a case that the whole clinic got involved in, and it was really great. She came in 37 pounds, just a little skeleton, so anemic, so sick from fleas and hookworms, something preventable. A person found her on the side of the road, and we were able to get her back up to, now she can walk and run and play, and she's up at 80 pounds just by getting her some preventative medicine of flea and heartworm prevention to get rid of her parasites. It was pretty good.
And now she's in a forever home?
She is. She has gone this past week. She went to her forever home, and it was pretty amazing to be able to get everybody involved in that one and save a life.
That's awesome. That's definitely a joy, I would say, of the job.
Yes.
What would you say is a common misconception people have about being a vet that you wish more people understood?
That's a good question. A lot of times people think that, it's mainly puppies and kittens and vaccines and that's it. But we really do all branches of medicine. We look at eyes, ears, heart, doing ultrasounds. And a common one is that we don't do surgery. When we'll recommend a surgery, they're like, where do we go for that? I'm like, that's me. We do the surgeries. So it's a common misconception that it's only preventative care, and it's not. It's full service medicine in veterinary care.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because a pet owner hopefully will find a primary veterinarian to get all those things done. But then I'm sure as they're there and they have, issues, your dog has diarrhea or is throwing up or whatever, they learn that, you guys do much more than just
we do, yes,
get us started, right?
And even, behavior issues and things like that. It's a lot of things that we do that are not your typical doctor stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. People often think that vets only treat sick animals. What do you want pet owners and people who might, be considering getting a pet to know about preventative care and how important it is?
Yeah, sort of circling back to the dog I was talking about, Rita. Skinny Girl Margarita was her name.
Oh, so cute.
Because so skinny. So preventative medicine is just so important because something like that, she was very anemic from fleas and hookworms, both very preventable things. And so preventative medicine is very important because of those reasons. We don't see a lot of parvo nowadays because vaccines are so prevalent. When I started in the field, we did see a lot of parvo because the vaccines weren't as regularly given. And now preventative medicine is even going further with annual blood work screens, things like that, trying to prevent organ failure with kidney disease, liver disease, things like that. Routine ultrasounds and radiographs trying to look for tumors before they become something that could spread to other parts of the body. So it's good that preventative medicine is now not just your vaccines. We're including a lot of other things to try and prevent those things that could go wrong as they age.
It's definitely good for pet owners and people who are thinking about adopting pets to know too, because I think a lot of times people blindly get into it and they're like, oh, I'm going to get this cute little cat and it's just going to live in my house. But there are all these steps that you also need to take as a responsible pet owner to ensure that they live safe. happy, healthy life. Are there any myths or misunderstandings about pet behavior or health that you frequently encounter?
Just that cats are bad, but they're not. They're just scared.
There you go.
Cats are mean. They're not mean. They're scared. If a dog is acting up at the clinic, it's understandable. They're supposed to be outside playing or living on the couch, and then we're poking and prodding at them. So they're not mean. They're scared.
Right. It's a very normal thing. Don't freak out. How do you decide when to refer a patient to a specialty hospital like CVETS?
Great. It depends on the case. If it's something that we can handle at the primary care, we're going to try to do that. But certainly there are a lot of things that need more specialty services. And so we're going to need to refer it, having an honest conversation with the parents about expectations and making sure that they're on board and that's what they are wanting to do. And so we certainly do. And CVETS is great too, because we're able to do consults too on the phone sometimes and determine if it is something that needs to come or if it's something that we should continue to care for.
And just monitor, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share a story? Does anything come to mind about a collaboration with CVETS specifically that made a big difference for one of your patients?
Sure. We've had several, going through cardiology, surgery, oncology, lots of patients that have gone over there. And, we work together as a team with the specialty center to work on those care, doing rechecks with us or rechecks with you guys. Quite a few, things that we'll find an incidental finding that turns out to be something more serious, like a heart problem, and we catch it before it becomes a major life-threatening crisis, and getting them over to the specialty center to get that worked up and get them on medications before it's a problem.
Do you have any, from working with CVETS, any tips for owners if they're going to enter into that as far as like communicating and making sure that, everyone is in the know? Like, do you have any tips?
Just making sure that, we set our expectations, be honest with your primary care veterinarian as well as with the specialty center. This is what my pet is willing to go through, because some animals we have to take into consideration. Will that pet enjoy going in for specialty care and other diagnostics and things like that on a regular basis? Because some animals are more nervous and that's not great for them. And just being upfront with your expectations and what our goals are.
Absolutely. Coming back to Columbia a little bit, you guys are in the heart of Columbia, right downtown, off of Millwood. Yes, love it. I like to tell people that you guys have all the celebrity dogs. All the celebrity dogs go to Shandonwood. It's like the place to be.
Yep.
The Chateau Marmont, one would
Yes.
say. Is that how you pronounce it?
We just got to go and see Aloka, the walking peace dog, as well.
How was that?
Quite an experience. It was really very amazing to get to go and do that. Yes.
That's really cool. Yeah, my husband and I went out just to see them walking in West Columbia. It was, there were so many people out there. A lot of times I get like crowd anxiety, but there was just something so peaceful about, it sounds cheesy, but about just being there and witnessing like just the intentions they set out. It was really cool.
Quite an honor to be asked to go, and we went, and it was really amazing. And I will say the dog is very calm and relaxed. That was a lot of people around. I was more anxious about that. Quite a few people around, and he just calm and peaceful and let us do our exam and get him some medications for his little leg. And I believe the next day or the day after is when he went for his surgery.
Right. Which was successful,
Yes.
I've seen.
Yes, he's in his rehab now and going through.
He's a product of his environment.
Yes.
Peace.
Very peaceful. Yes.
So that's really cool. Living in the capital city of Columbia, practicing in the capital city, you get to do some things that are different, that are
true.
Cool,
yes.
Right? Do you enjoy working in Columbia?
I do. When I first, living in Charleston and then Atlanta, my origin story for Columbia is a little different. My husband, his job transferred him here, and I wasn't super pumped about that right at first.
It happens.
But now I really do love it. And we're very fortunate in Columbia. There's a lot to do and a lot nearby, and it's really great. And I've really enjoyed getting to know all the pet parents too, because they're just great. It's just, everybody's pet is really their baby. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. 2026 now.
Yeah.
Our plants are the new pets. Pets are the new kids.
I like it.
I'm not sure where they're ranked.
Not sure.
Yeah, they're somewhere in there.
Yeah, they're on their devices. So.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Okay, so where you're located, do you go to Starbucks or Dunkin'?
Starbucks.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's probably closer, right?
They're equidistant, but I am a chai latte kind of girl, not a coffee drinker. And I'm always in the...
And they do like the holiday chais.
They do.
Like the gingerbread. Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. Tell me a little bit about your pets. You have some pets at home. Is that right?
I do. I have a few. Yes. So currently I have Charleston. We call her Charlie. She is a little silky terrier mix, and she actually came in. She did have parvo and was very sick and ended up being an owner relinquish. And I actually met Charlie having a seizure upside down in a cage. And someone had asked me to put a catheter in her. She fit in my hand. Ugliest little dog I'd ever seen. And I ended up adopting her. And now if you've ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Master Splinter sewer rat, that is what she looks like. I love her dearly, but that is what she looks like. So that's Charlie. And then we also have Folly. You can see
sense a theme. Yes.
Yeah. Previously, we had Sullivan, our big lab boxer mix. So, yeah, definitely a theme there.
Yeah, tell me, so Charlie, what kind of dog is Charlie?
We did a DNA test, and Charlie is 75% Silky Terrier, 12% Yorkie and 12% Chihuahua. So she is a silky Yorwawa.
I love
it's
that.
a fancy breed. We think we should market it.
We should, put that.
Yes.
We need to, what do you call it? Copyright that name?
I could, yes. Yeah. And then Folly is a cockapoo, a stray cockapoo found by a client that was, and she was running amok on a farm. So she has come to live with us, as all cockapoos should not be strays.
No, not at all.
And then the cats, we have Grub, who is on my earrings today.
Cute. Love it.
A gentleman found him on the side of the road. He had a horrible eye infection. He fit in my hand at the time. We had to remove both of his eyes. And he was one of our clinic cats for about 8 years. And then now he's come to live with me, but he has no eyes. Oh. And he's one of those that if you're ever having a bad day, you would just go and look at him. And he was just living his best life, no eyes, running around, occasionally bumping into things. But it really is very inspirational when you see these animals that have adversity and they just are happy to be with us.
Right. Yeah. They don't care.
No. His name is Grub because he will eat anything.
I was wondering.
And then Creamsicle, the clinic cat, he's also mine. So.
Creamsicle is Creamsicle
Creamsicle Ice Cream Pop. That is what the staff named him. And so someone brought him in for euthanasia for being a feral cat that no one would ever be able to handle. And he's our blood donor.
Yes, we have one of those
all over the place. You can do anything you want to with him. So it's one of those things where one of the misconceptions about animals, you just give them enough love and a lot of them will come around.
And the right environment is important too.
And I've tried to take him to my home, but he is very scared of my husband and it's not a good living environment for him being around men that are not in scrubs. He's absolutely fine with men in scrubs at work, totally fine with that. But we one day had the fireman come by and we could not find him for about an hour. He was hidden in a cupboard.
Wow.
So
scrubs are a good sign.
Scrubs are okay.
But if you're a man in regular clothing,
no, it really.
Don't even.
One of the male veterinarians went in one day in shorts, and I thought he was going to have a little cat heart attack. He was in a panic. Never seen legs before, I guess.
It's always interesting to see one of your coworkers in shorts.
It was a twist for us too.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So, how would you say you see the veterinary community in Columbia working together from your position?
It's actually really great. And we're very fortunate here in Columbia because we've got so many veterinarian clinics and we do all work together. And then we've got the referral centers here in town, which is great because one, for emergency care and after hours care, our clients always have an availability to go there. If you do need to go to a specialist, it's very helpful that there's a couple of centers, right here in town for that, as well as the vets themselves working together. So if we run out of a product, we can call a nearby vet clinic and we all work together to lend each other things. But, back when I first started, referral centers were very few and far between. So if anybody needed extra care, you had to go to one of the universities to get special medicine and things like that. And, that now has gotten a lot easier and it's a lot easier to get that specialty care when needed. The same with emergency medicine. Now that that's available, it's great. And regular primary vets don't have to be on call middle of the night for things like that when it happens.
Right. And then when you do wake up, if one of your patients has gone to one, you have all the information.
That's right.
And you know what's going on.
And we know what's going on if they need to come back for a recheck. Yes.
Right. Columbia is a great place to be a pet owner, I would say.
It is. It's really, and it's a good place. Everybody here that I've met so far loves being a pet owner, and we all think that they're our kids, which they are.
Our fur babies.
Yes.
We love them. Even if they don't have fur, we have naked pet babies. Yeah,
it's true.
We love them too. Are there any ways that local pet owners can help make a vet's job easier or support better outcomes for their pets?
So often, they can you can read some things on the internet and go down a rabbit hole. That a lot of information that's not going to be quite as helpful. And there's a lot of great things on Google and, nothing against that, but sometimes just making sure that you don't get too far in the weeds on that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Consult your veterinarian.
Yes.
Something we put on every episode.
Yes. And if there's any question, just give a vet a call and we can give you answers more specific to your personal pet versus what Google can do.
And now AI can do.
Oh, yes. Yes, there's a lot of AI stuff too.
Yes. Do you have any favorite cases or memorable patients that have really stuck with you throughout the years?
Yes, many. And I won't pick any names out, but but yes, you know who you are. But yes, I do. I get very attached to a lot of my patients, and they leave a good place on my heart. Yes.
Makes you want to just keep waking up and coming back.
There are several patients who have pop-ups on their account at our clinic that it's like, if they call, it's okay to call Dr. Sine at home about that. So, but
Dr. Sine will be upset if you do not.
If I don't, yes. But no, I mean, it's hard not to get attached to. I mean, look at these little nuggets. You have to get attached to all of them.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Yes,
that's great. Okay, so if you could give one piece of advice to every pet owner,
okay,
I'm so interested to see what you say. What would that piece of advice be?
So I recommend pet insurance. It's actually the cost of everything, is going up. Preventative care is very crucial and important, but not only that, it's something might happen. Worst case scenario, you have some sort of an emergency or your pet gets sick, or as they become seniors, they develop some long-term care problems. Pet insurance is for those situations because the cost of medications, the cost of the special foods, things like that are all going up, and you can't expect when those are going to come. And we want to have that insurance so that we don't have to make that decision. It's not a good situation for the veterinarians or the pet owners to have to make decisions based on cost.
Right.
That really should not be a factor when you're trying to do it. Because if we can fix it, but cost is a limiting factor, it's hard for the parents, it's hard for the vet, it's hard for the pet. So when that variable is out, then we're able to make the best decision for the pet without having to worry about what it's going to cost. So pet insurance, which is a hard thing to think about when you've just got your new baby, like this little nugget here, who I've been informed is going to need some knee surgery, something you couldn't have predicted, but it can add up. So being able to have that as not a limiting factor is really key.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's something too, more and more these days, veterinary care is it's expensive. It's expensive to do the care. Like that's why it costs how much it does. A whole different conversation, but it is part of the pet owner's responsibility to know that there are financials that come along with adopting a pet, and pet insurance is a way that you can take care of all of that for, not that much a month, depending on who you use. So, shout out to, we did do an episode with Trupanion. They came in and just talked through like what it even means to have pet insurance. And that's one of the many that we partner with. But that's a great, wonderful piece of advice. One we hear, I feel like we hear more and more.
It's true. I mean, you just don't think about it when you're getting your puppy, but something could happen, and it's nice to not have to worry about that factor.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
This has been I may steal your child. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Yes. And thank you and everyone at Shandonwood for partnering with CVETS and
of course
being a wonderful partner.
Thank you for helping us with all our patients. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, give your pets an extra pet from us, and thank you for joining us for Soda City Unleashed.